Nigeria is searching for and applying strategies to tackle insecurity across the country. Could technology be the silver bullet? Artificial intelligence as a security tool has been discussed in other climes, but how practical could it be in Nigeria? Our next guest joins me from the UK to answer that question. Blessing Felix is the product lead at FBIS Technologies. Good morning to you, Blessing. Many thanks for joining the Global Business Report.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me here today.
You're most welcome. Well, when we speak of security challenges in Nigeria, we want to eradicate crime and apprehend criminals very quickly. Where does AI fit in here?
Okay, so the Nigerian law enforcement agencies face many challenges today, ranging from bad reputation to paper-based criminal record system, inadequate resources, corruptions, and a whole lot. So what AI can do, AI can be like a transformational tool for the country to tackle this. How can we go about this? So we can look at crime prevention. So AI-powered software can provide law enforcement with actionable insight to ensure smarter and faster decision-making. For example, their predictive police algorithm and big data analysis. This can help detect, potential crime hotspots or high-risk area by analyzing the past, crime data. For example, in the UK, the law enforcement has leveraged this AI solution to reduce, burglaries by proactively sending officers to, these high-risk spots. So we can adopt something similar in Nigeria by providing, these alerts to the police officers so they can intervene before the crime even occur. Another very prevalent crime in Nigeria is fraud, right? Financial fraud to be precise. So, AI tools can help to fight against this by monitoring transaction and ensuring that there are no abnormalities, and if there are, alerting the proper agency just right in time. Also, we can look at it from the angle of crime investigation, right? So the law enforcement agency can use, AI for facial, voice, and license plate recognition. So, and also for tracking, suspicious activities across digital platform. This is very useful when investigating organized, crime group. AI-powered facial recognition system can identify victims of, human trafficking, or even missing person. AI can speed up these processes by streamlining, workflow and providing faster and more insightful data analysis. The bottom line is that AI can improve both crime prevention and investigation efforts in Nigeria with great speed and intelligence.
That sounds extremely promising. But what about the required training for effective AI utilization? What's necessary for this?
That's a very good question, because even though AI can transform how we tackle, crime in the country, its success depends on how well the law enforcement, personnel are trained to use it, right? Also, it's not just about being able to use it, but it's being able to use it responsibly. So therefore, Nigerian law enforcement, agency need to invest in, education and technical training of their personnel to ensure that they are up to date with AI technologies and methods. This training would help them to responsibly implement AI-driven solutions and connect their traditional investigation skills with this solution for better crime combating results, right? The truth is that criminals are now increasingly using AIs, right? The dark web, the encrypted messaging to, commit and evade crimes. So the law enforcement agency need to be equipped with the knowledge, right, and skills to encounter this, counter these threats. They need to stay ahead of the curve. They need to stay ahead of these criminals that are exploiting this digital technology, and actively integrate, AI into their crime control strategies. To crown this training, I believe that, Nigeria, need a very detailed regulatory frameworks that outline the strategies, setting principles and probably operational guidelines for AI to be effectively and ethically used in our, criminal justice system as of today.
Right, it's a very important point you made, Blessing, about criminals even, getting ahead of the curve and using AI tools themselves. What do you make of the free MTT program from Nigeria's Digital Economy Ministry?
So I think the 3 million technical talent program is a very smart development that can equip Nigerians with the technical skills that they need to be prepared for the digital economy and global work opportunities generally. It is also very commendable that, that this program offer many learning tracks, including machine learning, and data science, which is a part of the training Nigerians need to adopt for AI, effectively, partnering with top organizations like, Google, MTN, Oracle, AWS, and the likes to offer job placements among other perks to graduates from this program it's a very interesting and empowering move, right? I also love the fact that, Google and Data Science Nigeria is supporting the Deep Tech Ready program under the 3MTT, which will equip participants with more advanced, specialization under, data science. It could be natural learning, processes, or data architecture. It was also very encouraging to learn that, the program, currently have about 1.7 million learners and hackathons. They have like innovation challenges and knowledge showcase are all part of this training. The hands-on learning approach is very crucial, right, for igniting critical thinking, pushing participating Nigerians to level innovation. Overall, I am interested in seeing how this program can continue to unfold, especially how it can positively shape the life of Nigerian youths and increase our technical talents pool.
Yeah, talking about youth, let's look at education next, the talent pipeline. Are our private and public schools enabled to produce this particular pipeline? And surely the Digital Economy Ministry can't build this pipeline itself.
Absolutely. So AI education and training are a collaborative effort. It's not something that should be reserved for one organization. However, our current education system is not ready to meet the demands of, the growing AI industry. Many public schools, especially those in the rural areas, they lack power supply, they lack internet access and digital tools for learning. Therefore, only students maybe in private university can afford modern technology and are able to acquire these digital skills. So in addition to the digital divide, there is a lack of curriculum, updates and training that is, needed to prepare young Nigerians to become part of the AI talents pipeline. So these are some of the barriers to AI literacy that needs to be rectified in order to make AI education accessible for Nigerian students, especially those in remote location. I believe that first, educators need to be trained on the foundation and effective use of AI tool so that they can help produce AI literate students. Then the current curriculum needs to be updated to reflect courses that can help students develop AI competency, a basic understanding of things like machine learning, for example, and prompt engineering is a good start for younger students. So while higher institutions can offer maybe AI skill workshop and more comprehensive courses for AI models, right, training and ethical consideration is important. So integrating AI in classrooms can help, our Nigerian students, become familiar with AI tools, right, and how to use them responsibly. However, this can not be achieved without funding. Right, funding is a very crucial part of this. Implementing and maintaining AI in classrooms and acquiring the essential digital tools is very expensive. So, and many, schools out there, especially those in the rural communities, they don't just have this budget to make it happen. So the government, it needs to finance projects like this, or, maybe we could get donor funding. This could go a long way, right, in assisting this school. I believe that by addressing these issues, the governments with, partnership with academias can make AI education more accessible. We can bridge that learning gap in underserved community and contribute to a very strong AI talent pipeline.
All right, very cogent points there. But speaking of talent, here's a tweet that went viral about a week ago. Let's see if we can get that up so that we can get your reaction on that. It says there is a real skill problem in Nigeria and no one is talking about it, because tell me why I went through over 200 SMM applications and couldn't even find one decent applicant. Where's the portfolio? Where are your samples? Why are you just sending resumes? Okay, let's just get your quick reaction to that.
I get why this tweet, hit the nerves. I understand the Nigerians who might have been offended by it, right? I also understand the point the tweet author was trying to make, right? To start with, the author surfing through hundreds of applications without finding the ideal candidate. That can be very frustrating. However, we shouldn't just categorize a country of over 230 million people as having a skill problem, especially when considering a tweet, there is a lot more happening that doesn't just come down to the presence of lack of skill sets. The problem here is that people don't know how to package and present the set skill in the way that meets the global standard, or in this case, the standard of the tweet author. So it is not always, lack of talent. Sometimes it could be lack of mentorship and infrastructure that can teach these young talents how to properly position their skills. Another thing to unpack from this tweet is that many Nigerians are familiar with just presenting their CVs or resume, with a cover letter, doing job application, because that's what HR often asks for. So seeing these tweets asking for portfolios or samples, it shows that some employers today want more, right? And it is very important to specify this in job description. Right. I think this tweet is a wake-up call, that we need to invest in mentorship programs, workshops, and job application process trainings, to help applicants know how to position themselves better for job opportunities. Every skilled or talented person, we need guidance at some point. So even though we have a skill gap among Nigerian youths, there is a leadership problem as well. We can't just hide everything under the talent is hard to find punchline. Hiring managers and founders can shape the talent they want to attract through very more specific job descriptions and by giving very clear guidelines as well.
Very salient points there, Blessing. I want to thank you so much for joining us on the Global Business Report. We've unfortunately run out of time, but we'll see you again very soon.